Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
This hour of Unsportsmanlike is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes and keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. nealgroup.net.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Probably saw the news yesterday. I guess the word news should be put in quotation marks. That's what I'm gathering. That's what I'm hearing. The news, quote unquote, about your Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. Did you guys see this yesterday from Shams from ESPN?
Yep.
I guess there are some new details. I'm very conflicted about using the word new here. So I guess there are some details. We have been in this kind of waiting in the waters for what? How long, Gabe? How long have we been doing this?
I don't know. About
What's that song from Rent?
8 years.
I don't even know what it is, but it's like 925,006. I don't even know what it is. I'm sorry, I'm not a Rent fan. But okay, so let's just start with the information that Shams gave. Gabe, you have that report in front of you from Shams yesterday.
So he says that Giannis is ready for a new home ahead of the February 5th trade deadline. Several teams have made aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, from what I saw online yesterday, I think we need to maybe reevaluate the word aggressive. But multiple teams have received a sense the Bucks are open more than ever to Antetokounmpo offers between now and the deadline. However, Milwaukee has indicated to interested teams that the organization not in a rush to complete a move and is willing to navigate Antetokounmpo's future in the offseason if its believed price point of blue-chip young talent and or a surplus of draft picks isn't met.
Isn't it a shame that you really can't trust anything anybody says these days?
It's tough. It's tough, Chew. It stinks. It stinks.
You can't, but that's life. That's today's life. You can't believe anything, which is a shame. Like, go back to Polian, Polian talking about Belichick, he gives two different answers. And it's like, and these guys not so long ago taking, I didn't take steroids. Oh, yeah, you did. It's just, I know I'm a cynic, but the world has made me a cynic.
Yeah?
I was never a cynic. I still am Mr. Positive.
What? Since when?
All right, sorry, maybe positive isn't the word. How about realist? I am a realist.
Okay. We're getting closer, right? Warmer.
So what am I supposed to do with the Shams report and Windy report and Giannis is not saying anything?
Well,
what do I do?
Good question for you, Chew. First, let's address the question that I think a lot of Bucks fans are wondering this morning. How should we feel about this? And I think a lot of people feel exhausted. I think there's an exhaustion level. And I want to be clear, I don't think that that's necessarily any one person in particular's fault. I'm not going to sit here and say that Shams is responsible for your exhaustion or Giannis is responsible for your exhaustion or the Bucks are responsible for your exhaustion or the league. I'm telling you, it's a combination of all of these things. It's a confluence of events and circumstances that have contributed to what I believe is an exhaustion from Milwaukee Bucks fans who just want to support their franchise, who just want to have a winning team on the floor again. So here's where I would start, Chew. Do you believe that Giannis wants to be in Milwaukee right now?
No.
I agree. I don't think he does. I think he's done. And here's why. He has essentially told us what his circumstances, parameters are. He has said, as long as the Bucks show me that they can field a competitive team, that we can compete for championships, I want to be here, right? That's the stipulation. Mm-hmm. And we understand that because he's one of the most competitive people who have come through our streets. Do the Bucks look like a competitive franchise right now?
No.
I agree. So I would argue that because of the way that things have shaken out, Giannis doesn't want to be in Milwaukee anymore. And I would also encourage Bucks fans not to take that personally. It is not an indictment of you. It is not an indictment of the Milwaukee Bucks franchise. I don't think he wants to be here anymore. But the caveat that we are all dealing with, Gabe, is Giannis saying that he will never ask for a trade. He will never come out and ask for a trade. Those are direct quotes. So now we are, where I think the situation has become untenable, and yet Giannis is digging his heels in and saying, I won't ask for a trade. Why?
Well, I mean, again, because he doesn't want to be that guy. And now that he's injured, you're not going to hear from him either, right? He's out for the next 4 to 6, well, presumed next 4 to 6 with the calf strain. And look, he may not want to be here now, but the Bucks are probably also sitting there going, hey, you got to blow us away with an offer. Otherwise, we might try to be able to figure something out this offseason. Depends upon what our pick is. What if they end up with a top 5 pick and they nail that draft pick and it's going to pair well with Giannis and they make a couple of moves before the deadline? Because the other thing about this whole thing, so this story broke around, 10:30 yesterday morning? Before that, you have Brian Windhorst on TV saying how the Bucks were making calls trying to improve the roster around Giannis. So I don't think this thing also changed on a dime. I think all options are still on the table right now for the Bucks, unless somebody comes to the table and absolutely blows their doors off. Because it seems like to me, based on all the trade rumors and things that I saw from different beat reporters and whatnot yesterday, it seems like everybody's interested in Giannis until they realize what the price of Giannis is. Right?
Yeah. Which is too expensive for most teams' blood, if we're being honest. Yeah. Most teams in the NBA do not have the pieces to put together a package that is worthy of Giannis.
Yeah, Chewy, it's like, you're like, oh, I want to drink a really good wine tonight. Oh, I don't want to pay that. All right, $2 chuck it is. Like, no, if you want to drink Giannis, you got to pay the Giannis price.
No, but with the wine analogy, hold on. Because Giannis has said, oh, my agent doesn't work. He doesn't work for me. So in his mind, does he think, well, if the agent asks for a trade, I didn't ask for the trade. That's my agent. So with the bottle of wine, I might not pay it, but it's fine if my wife says, yeah, let's get it. Okay, I'm not going to turn it down.
I do think that's a fair thing for you to bring up, Chu, because I do think that Giannis has taken advantage of the distinction between himself and his agent. The agent still works for Giannis. The agent is probably having conversations. I would argue is having conversations. See what the market is, see what the interest is. That's what an agent's job is. You could make the argument that if Alex isn't doing that, guys, he isn't earning his paycheck. So I think Giannis has sort of distance himself from the conversation by saying things like, I can't control my agent, where I think we all who are in this industry understand that the agent's job is to do exactly what Giannis is saying he himself is not doing, Gabe.
That's what Giannis did. And again, but we got the Shams report, you got Chris Haynes out there saying he doesn't think anything's changed for Giannis, and just the Bucks are listening now. And again, just because the Bucks are listening doesn't mean he's going to get moved. I don't foresee this, again, unless Atlanta comes in with an over-the-top offer with some of the young talent they have and give up the pick that they have the rights to, the Pelicans pick, that would give the Bucks control of 2 potentially, top 10 picks. Like, unless that happens, I think the Bucks are just going to sit here and go, we can get a better offer this summer when teams have more access to their draft capital, when there are more picks that could potentially be thrown on the table. That's what it seems like to me. But again, we've got a week for teams to come to their senses and actually put together realistic offers if they want.
So very important, Chu, for us to add this caveat, add this detail, right? If you're wondering why things seem to have ramped up, it's because the trade deadline is a week away? Are we a week away from the NBA trade deadline? And we have talked about how Giannis feels about money. Probably not different than most people feel about money. He likes it. And if he wants to sign the Supermax extension with another team, he has to be on that new team for at least 6 months to be eligible. And Gabe, explain to people the timeline of how that works, because October 1st is when he becomes extension eligible for the Supermax with the Bucks.
Yeah, so in order to sign that Supermax in October, he's got to get traded now. He's got to be traded now, because you wait until the summer, obviously October's going to be less than 6 months away. So it's a pretty simple thing. You want that Supermax on October 1st or early October, you got to be moved now.
800-990-3776. I will pose this to our loyal listeners. I will pose it to you, Chew, as well. Will Giannis get traded before the NBA trade deadline? We have outlined all of the information that is out there. We have said what Giannis's position is, which, again, Chris Haynes said yesterday. Joshy, will you play that sound, by the way? We have Chris Haynes telling us about Giannis's position in this whole situation.
Nothing has changed on Giannis's end. That's what I can tell you. Nothing has changed there. The new news is, what you should take from it is the Bucks' willingness to listen now. Like, so that is different. Like, so if you want to elevate something, you elevate that. Like, that is what's different, because prior, the Bucks have said they're not doing anything, they're not moving, they're not moving Giannis, they're not entertaining. So it appears that has changed, right? So that is the new news. But as far as Giannis is concerned, he has not requested a trade. Zach, I don't foresee him ever requesting a trade.
Can I ask a question?
Cool. Because the only reason they'd be doing it if the only reason the Bucks would be listening to offers without Giannis's permission is they're sick of him.
Well, my question is how is there a material change on the Bucks suddenly listening? How do they do that without feedback from Giannis?
Yes.
Doesn't it have to be A, he's requested a trade by not requesting a trade, but used his fancy language to get around so he's not a lawyer, or B, he's informed them with no doubt, I am not signing an extension here.
Well said, Josh.
Because those are the only two options where I can connect what Shams is saying and what Haynes is saying. Mm-hmm. That's the only way those two marry up.
I mean, it's possible they don't marry up.
They're just both of them are making stuff up?
It's possible you get bad information from someone, Josh. Like, that's possible. That's what happened. How many times has that happened with Shams now? Where he clearly, because again, the last time he did with this with Shams, somebody within his own network refuted his report. Now, he didn't come out and say, I'm refuting it, but if you listen to the words that everybody said, Wendy refuted the initial report Shams had, what was that, 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Can't keep track.
Yeah, it's happening too often. But so again, you can get bad information. I don't think you have to marry these two things up. They can be completely separate.
But no one's disputing, Gabe. No one's disputing that the Bucks are now listening to offers.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
But again, but based on what we've laid out, guys, shouldn't they be listening to offers now? And that's, again, where I want to tell fans out there, don't be mad at the Bucks organization for trying to navigate this riptide, these raging waters as cleanly as they can. But, at this point, Chew, it's, again, I'll just say this is my opinion, based on everything that I have consumed, that Giannis doesn't want to be here anymore. But Giannis won't ask for a trade. And the organization doesn't really want to trade him because they understand the significance of Giannis in Milwaukee. They understand what the organization and franchise looks like without Giannis. And it ain't great. Now, will they rebuild? Yes, because that's what franchises do. But Giannis has been such a keystone, such an enormous part of this organization's identity that it will be scary to enter into that territory. I also think that John Horst doesn't necessarily want to be the guy who traded Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? That goes on his legacy. Boom, stamp. However you want to interpret it. And then we talk about the league and how these teams don't have the assets so that the Bucks actually get back what they should get back for Giannis. And then you have Giannis, who probably wants to be traded, wants to go somewhere else, probably wants to do it before the February 1st, or February what, 5th? 6th? Thank you. October 1st, February 5th. Wants to do it before the deadline so that he can get the Supermax with the other team. But there is no deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a frustration that is growing et al. Everyone. And again, I understand Bucks fans are frustrated and exhausted by it as well. And a lot of their ire is pointed at the reporters who end up sharing some of this information publicly.
Yeah, I think it could still go either way. I mean, again, if we've got Wendy on television yesterday, minutes before this breaking, saying that Bucks were still making calls trying to improve, like, yeah, maybe Giannis doesn't want to be here right now. Well, who's to say they can't try to convince him, right? If they can make the right moves to try to set themselves up for 26, 27, I could see the Bucks talking themselves into that. Because, I mean, that's how you talk yourself into waiving and putting yourself in the salary cap issues that you have by just eating the Damian Lillard contract the way that they did.
But why did they eventually get rid of Rodgers?
Because they had drafted Jordan Love.
Because they were sick of him.
And
because
they went 8 and 9.
Sick of him.
Yeah, well,
because they were sick of him.
And they went 8
so
and 9.
If they
went 13-3 again, or 13-4, whatever, in that last year Rodgers was here, he doesn't get traded. But they went 8 and 9 and missed the playoffs.
But if we're going off the premise that Giannis isn't requested a trade or anything, what's the pivot in the box? It has to be we're sick of the guy.
Yeah, it could be.
Why the pivot?
Could be, or they're listening now just to get ready for, okay, we're ready. If Giannis asks out, we've got a trade ready to go, and we can make this, because again, with the deadline being a week away.
Thank you. Again, we always talk about, buffoon franchises. To sit there and stick your head in the sand and act like the trade deadline isn't approaching and act like you aren't one of the central teams, central organizations to the things that may happen before the trade deadline, we would ridicule the Bucks for that, wouldn't we? If they didn't do their due diligence headed into the trade deadline, given the Giannis situation, we would be like, what are you doing?
Because again, in the Shams report, multiple teams have received a sense that the Bucks are open. Like, if the Bucks, again, I just feel like the best thing for the Bucks to do if they're going to trade Giannis is let the bleeping world know, hey, we are open for business. Bring us your best offer. That's the best way to trade Giannis. You don't want to do it in the shadows. You don't want to do it, and obviously this has gotten a lot more noise than the Luka thing did a year ago in the NBA, which shocked
but the criticism
everybody.
of that was always because you did it so covertly, you got whatever was being offered by that team instead of opening, to your point, for business and saying, can anyone do anything better? Can anyone give us a better deal?
And then you lost your job because
But for the people that sit there and go, Giannis said he will never ever ask for a trade out of Milwaukee. You got your head in the sand. He's
politicking his way around
in
that. True.
The sand.
Yeah, he's politicking. Like, is he ever going to say those words? I doubt it. Is he
doesn't
going to
mean
say
that the
something,
sentiment doesn't exist.
Correct. Is he going to say something similar that's not exactly that? Yeah, that's where we've probably arrived.
Rodgers-esque.
Yes, thank you.
Tons of reaction rolling in.
If Giannis puts his toe
just go away
in a Zoom call, I've had enough. All right, that's the drawing. If
Giannis does,
if Giannis decides that he's going to show everybody his foot on a Zoom call,
I had almost forgotten about that. Thank you so much, Gabe, for bringing it back right as my brain was about to expunge that image. 800-990-3776. Lots of reaction rolling in on the YouTube stream. Lots of reaction rolling in on the Carbless talk and text line. And some of it is, understandably frustrated. Both sides have a reason to want to get this done. Giannis has not changed agents yet. Rich Paul could make this worse. Giannis wants to be moved, and he wants to get the Supermax. And again, if that is the case, that he wants to be moved and still reap the rewards of the Supermax, it would have to be done at the trade deadline, which is next week. Complicated Fella on the YouTube stream says he hasn't been here all year, speaking of Rodgers. Time to trade his body, his mind, and his soul because they're somewhere else. He's the guy who doesn't want to break up with his high school crush because he doesn't want the guilt of it. 800-990-3776. Let us know your reaction to the information that was shared yesterday and just where the Bucks are right now, generally speaking. Is this a team? Because I hear people clinging to that optimism. I hear people clinging to what Gabe has presented, which is, not right now, but give us some time. Give us a little bit of time here to collect some assets, turn things around. We can make a run. We can be good again. We can win that Larry O'Brien here in Milwaukee. I don't know. I'm skeptical. Doesn't mean they shouldn't try to sell him on it, though. 800-990-3776. We've got Jason Wilde coming up next, by the way. Still got to talk some Packers and see what's going on up at 1265, but we'll be taking your comments on Giannis all morning long.
Why settle for pricey pizzeria prices when you can score Connie's frozen pizzas? 2 for just $10. That's authentic pizzeria flavor without the pizzeria price tag. And from now through February 3rd, Head to Piggly Wiggly. Grab Connie's Frozen Pizza, 2 for $10. Just think of everything that's coming up. Maybe you're waiting out the trade deadline. Maybe you're waiting for the big game next weekend and you want great pizza. Well, you can get it without the pizzeria price. 2 for $10. Connie's Frozen Pizza, a unique frozen pizza like you have never had. 2 for $10 for Connie's Frozen Pizza. Big taste, big savings, and it's only at Piggly Wiggly.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Little bit backed up eastbound 94 from just before 84th Street to Hawley Road. Westbound is just tightening up a little bit as you're coming out of the stadium interchange towards Mitchell Boulevard. Rest of the system is still looking pretty good. Volume is starting to pick up, though. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Time to get a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk, cherry, and pecan flavors. Order at Kringle.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cold, a high of 15 with the wind chill of 10 below to 0. Tonight, increasing clouds, chilly with the low of 4 above at the lake, 2 below inland. Wind chills anywhere from 5 below to 0. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Break down all the lines, the locks, and the long shots with a weekly wager.
Yes, we know you made it this far, but you lost the way we told you have to stop losing.
With Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
You were a better team, you had a big lead, and then you did what we saw you do 3 weeks previous?
Tune in Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and if you're serious about getting more active this year, listen up. The Pickler in Menominee Falls is indoor pickleball, and it's for everybody, whether you're brand new or just trying to move more. Right now, they're offering free learn-to-play clinics every Monday and Saturday at noon. No experience, no gear. They'll teach you everything. So stop talking about your New Year's resolutions and go do something about it. Stop in at The Pickler in Menominee Falls or call the club for more details.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing. And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that This guy's on the field. He changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Century Foods. Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Always good to get the insights from our friend and teammate Jason Wilde. Jason, how you doing today?
Super duper.
Oh, little Wisconsin accent, huh? Eh?
Yeah. Yeah, eh?
Super duper. I saw Song Sung Blue, and I thought the movie was fine. It was just fine. But Kate Hudson was fantastic, and she did a great Wisconsin accent.
It's a little over the top. There's more Canadian than Wisconsin.
Hers or mine?
Hers, and hers was actually pretty good. If you've seen the documentary in which that movie is based on, she does a pretty good job nailing the voice.
That's awesome.
Ooh, so now I got to see the movie and the documentary?
The documentary kind of drags a little bit, but it's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube if you want to check it out.
Yeah. Free. If it's free, it's for me. Isn't that what Homer says? So count me in.
Jason, we've been discussing the Giannis Antetokounmpo situation. I know you guys got a chance to talk about it on your show yesterday because it sort of broke right near the beginning of Wilde and Tausch. What is your reaction to the latest information that has been shared, which is apparently that the Bucks are now listening?
I don't love when this kind of stuff happens, because then it becomes two camps trying to give their side through their preferred media, air quotes, partners. Didn't I see something? I think Josh sent it to me where, then the Bucks are saying that they don't. I don't know. I'm confused by this. I would just say this, and I don't want to sound unappreciative for the NBA title and the success that has occurred during the Giannis era. I do have some fatigue over the I'm not asking for a trade. This is my city. I love it here. I would never ask for a trade. That whole narrative, and then the juxtaposition of that versus what is being reported elsewhere by other people. And I think I hit my boiling point on that when he did the whole thing about how his agent asks for things, but he doesn't. Remember that? What was that, a month ago?
He can't control what his agent says, Jason.
Yeah, that's the line. So I just look. I am. He seems like a great guy. I've never covered him. I don't know him at all. But if you want to leave, or if you have your reasons, all I would ask is just tell me, right? Kind of like a breakup. I don't keep doing things to see if I will break up with you. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Hey, this is the deal. Love my time here. Wish I could stay, but this isn't working. I want to win another title. I don't think we've got the right ownership, leadership, players, whatever it is. I'm gonna seek other opportunities. That's from afar. That's how I feel. Am I wrong to feel that way?
No, you're perfect.
I
You
think
nailed
so.
it. You nailed it. That's why you're so good.
Oh,
Jason,
you're the best.
Jeez.
Hey, Jason, can you give us an update on Steno and Sean Mannion?
What
accent is that?
I don't know what I don't know what that is.
Steno.
Did you lose? Okay, here's the question I have before we answer that question. So, did you used to have a Boston accent, and then you just spent too much time in Wisconsin and it went away? Does it come up every once in a while when you're talking? How does that work? Tactica!
Yeah,
Gabe?
it popped up. I can't remember the word that he said like a week or two ago, where it just kind of snuck out.
When I get mad.
When he gets worked, he was worked up. Yeah, he was kind of worked up, and it just kind of
comes
slipped
out when I get mad.
Or the double T's, like, because I know Scalzo will do that too, being out from that area, butt in, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chewy really liked Mike Pettin.
Yeah.
Pettin,
if I recall correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Pettin, who clearly did not like Brian Flores, from what I gathered. Look, I don't know where things stand with Steno. Again, there are still. He does have a job. He is employed by the Packers. Whether or not that is going to continue, I haven't gotten any indications that would change. But the fact that Sean Mannion was interviewing for the Eagles coordinator job makes me wonder if in any way, LaFleur is so all in on Mannion. I don't know. Do you guys remember the story about how he got Mannion to be an offensive assistant in 24 before he promoted him this season as the quarterback's coach? So Mannion was going.
He was interviewing with the Bears, right? And then he convinced him to come up here and gave him the job, kind of knowing that Clements was going to retire relatively soon.
Yeah, so he was going to go interview with the Bears, and LaFleur coached him in 2017 with the Rams. And so he reached out to LaFleur basically to ask him for some help to prepare his little presentation, give him some feedback so he could kill the interview with the Bears. He wanted to do well. And he called him on during the Super Bowl. And LaFleur's like, "Oh, you're interviewing with the Bears?" And he's like, "Look, I'm happy to help you, but once you're done, call me because I'd like to hire you." And so he basically helped his former quarterback go through the process, but then poached him. I'm sure he did great on the Bears interview, but then LaFleur stole him. So LaFleur has a high affinity for him, having coached him in L.A. He has said multiple times that he thinks he's going to be an NFL head coach someday. So would he make a change just in order to keep Sean Mannion? I don't know about that. I don't.
But also, even if he were to do that, Jason, and no offense to the Packers job, but wouldn't the Eagles job be more appealing to Mannion because he'd be able to call plays?
Yes, exactly. And so I don't know how this whole scenario is going to factor in. Again, I'm curious to know, and this is why I'm frustrated. And I don't want to get into a complaining fest here about the Packers and their availability, but I'd like to ask a bunch of these questions. I think our fans want to know, what are you thinking offensively, right? What are you thinking in terms of what do you need to do better? Matt LaFleur did say in his season wrap-up Q&A session with us that we're going to look at everything, right? And he's talking about training and all this other stuff. But what I really want to know is what are you thinking offensively? You're the play caller. That's your department is offense. What are you going to do to be better? Because it felt like there were some times where you guys were really clicking, but a lot of times where you weren't. And do you think that the status quo with some different approaches, whether it's changing how you run the football or getting back to – I didn't feel like they got back to play action, even though that was kind of what he said at the end of the season a year ago. I didn't think that they got that much better at that. And that's just feel that I don't have any stats to back that up. So I look at their offense, and it feels like they need a refresh. And do you do that with the same people? Do you do that with different people? Those are the kind of questions that I think are worthwhile to ask. And you can't ask them unless they make themselves available. I've texted them a few of those questions, but I don't have a whole lot of good answers. And as a result, I don't know what they're going to do on that side of the ball. I know on defense, it feels to me like this is one of those, defensive coordinators can go one of two ways. Either they come in and they just keep all the guys that are in place and they coach them up on what they want to do differently than their predecessor, or they change out all the people. And it appears, based on the exodus that we have going on, that they're going to change out all the people.
Jason, good stuff on the coaching situation in Green Bay. Let's pivot to the Josh Jacobs story because Rob Domofsky broke down Jacobs' contract situation on ESPN.com, and now there are concerns that maybe he would be a cap casualty. How do you see this playing out?
Yeah, Tausch and I talked about that a couple weeks ago. I want to be very clear. I think that's a terrible idea. I think one of the things that this team is sorely lacking is maturity and leadership. They've got a few guys that I think have that quality, and I had a great conversation with Evan Williams about immaturity of this team at the end of the season. And I asked, it was in the visitors' locker room at Soldier Field, and it just feels like this is a team with as many young guys, not inexperienced anymore, but young guys who they don't know how to. Remember when Mike McCarthy got the job and said our biggest challenge will be handling success? They don't know how to handle success very well, and they don't know how to handle adversity very well. And they certainly have some players, but I feel like Josh Jacobs is really, really important in that locker room. And that doesn't mean much a lot of times to the general manager. He's going to be 20, I think he turns 28 next month. So it's not like he's over the hill by any means. He's got a lot of miles on his tires, though, with the number of touches he's had in his career. But, I understand. The dude played through everything this year, right? Maybe times that he shouldn't. And, again, we always want to have it both ways. And I'm not saying just me. I'm saying, Goody, too. On the one hand, we're all pissed at Jair Alexander because he won't play through injury. And then we got Josh Jacobs playing through this knee, ankle issue that's been bothering him for 2 months. And I'm saying, well, he wasn't as productive as he was last year. Well, he's playing hurt. So what do we want from guys? Do we want them to play hurt or not? Because if they play hurt and they're not as productive, well, then they suck. And if they don't play hurt, then they're soft and they're not willing to do it for the team. And so I understand his contract. We've said all along since we saw it the first time, Rob said this, Tausch and I said this, others have said this, that it was a 2 years and then we'll see type of contract. So they definitely have a decision to make there. But if they decide to move on from him the way they did with Aaron Jones, who, by the way, everyone forgets this. And look, I'm glad they got Josh Jacobs. I think he's great. I have a very high opinion of him as a leader, as a player, as a dude. But Aaron Jones did go to Minnesota last season in 2024 and still had a 1,000-yard season. He wasn't washed. We were told that he was washed, and he was not washed. So I don't think they've got enough guys like Josh Jacobs. So if they move on from a guy like Josh Jacobs, then they have one fewer guy like Josh Jacobs. And I don't think that's a great way to build a football team. But Rob is right. It is definitely possible.
Jason, ESPN's top 50 free agent list came out. Rasheed Walker is number 8. Just let me read a little bit. Walker's pass win rate of 93.8 ranked 11th among 68 qualifying offensive tackles. I just don't get it, how they're going to let this. This guy is what Green Bay prides itself on, okay? The late-round offensive linemen that they develop. David Bakhtiari, Marco Rivera, Adam Timberman, Mark Tauscher, Mike Wall. I understand you can't pay, but I just don't understand why they're letting this guy walk. I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, very fair. Who are we? I'm trying to think of who we're missing here. John Runyon.
College was it college a 4th round?
No, college was a 2nd rounder. Wall was a 2nd round supplemental guy. But your point is extremely well taken. I wasn't going to correct you, but now that you brought up Darren College, I have no choice. Look, you're 1,000% right. Here's the thing that's interesting that Goody said a couple of years ago, and I always go back to this, and I know Gabe has heard me say this. He told us that the average from a draft class of guys that get a second contract is 1.6. And that is the antithesis of what the guy who drafted you believed, right? He wanted to hit on at least 3 starters in every draft, and he wanted to re-sign his own guys. That was a priority. He judged his success on how many guys he re-signed to second contracts. And so that is not Goody's mentality. Goody's mentality is we're going to turn over the roster. We're not going to pay guys. We're going to get somebody else in who's going to be on a rookie contract. So I don't disagree with you. I mean, for my purposes, Rashid was useless because after he said the undefeated thing and it blew up on him, he never wanted to talk to us again. So, from a work perspective, I like Sheed a lot, and he was very good until that happened. But you're right. Under normal Packers, 2002 circumstances, this is a no-brainer. But they drafted Jordan Morgan. It appears, and I don't know any differently, but based on the uneven work that we've seen from him, and they have done him no favors in his development. I mean, he's played everywhere except tight end, and except the position largely that he's most comfortable at, right? Like, not every college left tackle can move to a different position, even though the Packers try it with every single one. But I look at him and say, you draft him in the first round, you've dinked around with him for 2 years, they're clearly going to make him the left tackle, whether he fully deserves it or not. So I think there's a bunch of guys from that 2022 class. That was a really good draft. Like, those guys are varying degrees of good, but go down the list. They all played a ton of football for this team, and a bunch of them are going to walk for future compensatory picks in 2027.
Yeah, I mean, just taking a look at that class, I mean, so they've already inked Zach Tom to an extension. Have to wait to see if they do anything with Wyatt on the 5th-year option. Watson got an extension. In terms of getting a second contract from the Packers, it's going to be the only time that Goody signs more than 3, or more than 2, and gets to 3.
Yep. And Watson's is only a year, but I think we all agree that they got a bargain by doing what they did, and it was really smart, even though he wasn't even playing yet. They're gonna, I think, walk. Both walkers from that class are gonna walk. Romeo's gonna walk. I think Ryan's gonna walk, and I don't think they're gonna do much to try and stop that. So, again, I agree, Chewy. I view it the way you do, but again, maybe we're just old dinosaurs that are we're living in the past. You're thinking about a GM from the 60s, man.
B-O-Z-O?
We're wine. We just get better with age, buddy.
Maybe you do.
Problem is, I don't let the wine age. I drink it right away. That's the problem.
Jason, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Have a good one. We'll talk to you again very soon.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Like tomorrow. We'll talk to Jason Wilde tomorrow here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And, of course, you can listen to him on Wilde and Tausch right after our show here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Congratulations to Bunzels as they celebrate their 50th year in business. That's right. They've been around for 50 years. It's a family-owned and operated meat market. It's been serving Milwaukee since 1976. It's become such a vital part of the community. I love going there for all the great specials that they have. This week, in-store specials include USDA Choice Certified Angus New York Strip Steaks, $23.99 a pound. You can get stuffed pork tenderloins at $7.99 a pound, and Porky's breakfast links $6.89 a pound. Those are the best breakfast sausages you're ever going to have. Trust me, just go get yourself some Porky's. You're going to thank me later. 90th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Bunzels, it's my spot, can be your spot too. Find all the weekly specials plus the monthly meat deal at bunzels.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
eastbound on 94 from about 92nd Street is going to be slowing down all the way to almost Hawley Road. Westbound is backing up from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. A little bit of a backup on eastbound 894 right past Loomis. Something to keep in mind there. But otherwise, everything else seems to be rolling along pretty well. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cold, a high of 15 with a wind chill of 10 below to 0. Tonight, increasing clouds, chilly with the low of 4 above at the lake, 2 below inland. Wind chills anywhere from 5 below to 0. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. You know that saying, new year, new you. Well, how about new year, new home upgrade? Universal Windows Direct has a January offer that's all about starting strong and saving big. Right now, when you buy 4 windows, you get 4 free, and that's one of the biggest offers they've ever done, and with 0% interest financing for 60 months. You'll also get $1,000 off your entire project, plus a vacation voucher with every purchase. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm saying if we collectively, all the people in their cars, all the people listening on the YouTube stream, all the people listening this morning, if we all do it together, there's power in prayer, friends.
Yes, there is. Bless me, Father, for I played man.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're heading to a Milwaukee Bucks game, you can make Potawatomi your first stop and catch a shuttle to Fiserv Forum. It is so easy. Just make a purchase or a bet. They'll give you a wristband, and then you can hop on the shuttle to go to the game. Wristbands are not required for return shuttles. They begin departing Potawatomi 1 hour and 15 minutes before the game, and they return from the third quarter nonstop for 1 hour after the game. Shuttle pickups and drop-offs are at the Annex, which is right next to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest and catch a ride to Fiserv Forum at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Want to dive into this Josh Jacobs thing? As we mentioned, Rob Domofsky doing a little cap crunching in his most recent article, breaking down the contract situation. And so Jason made a really good argument for why Josh Jacobs should not be a cap casualty. But Gabe, is it your understanding that they're going to have to sort of restructure this thing regardless, that they're going to have to kind of go to the table and figure it out?
I don't think they have to with Josh's contract. I think there are other contracts ahead of him that have more financial, I guess, freedom. Yeah, maybe you don't want to be paying $14 million for a running back in terms of the cap hit. But I mean, what else are you going to do at that position? You're just going to cut him and go with youth? Hope that, you get Marshawn Lloyd to stay healthy for more than, 2 days of training camp? Like, I don't know what the plan would necessarily be.
And Wilson is a nice change of pace, but you don't want him being your number one running back, right?
Who's also a free agent and is going to cost more next year. So,
let me ask you this. Who do you blame for the decline in the running game? Josh Jacobs or the offensive line? I mean, there's got to be a percentage. It can't be a one or the other.
Some of it, I think there's, I blame more of it on the offensive line, Chew. I think some of the inefficiencies also, are due to Josh trying to play through some of the injuries. But I think we saw when he had room to run, he could still operate. But the offensive line for a big chunk of the season wasn't operating at a high level because they just couldn't figure everything out. Toward the end, I thought they were starting to roll a little bit better. But Josh was also beat up by that point.
But we also discussed how Josh Jacobs' preference in formation could be contributing to some of their issues offensively, right?
But that's
caller's
LaFleur.
Definitely a piece.
But that's LaFleur. He takes some of the blame, too, for allowing Josh Jacobs, his influence, to run out of the shotgun. That's on him, too. Dude, run your camp. Gabe, why don't you like Rasheed Walker? You rolled your eyes when I brought up number 8, Rasheed Walker.
I rolled my eyes. Okay,
you're going to read on the radio?
I rolled my eyes. I don't think you heard it. Did you hear what Jason said?
No.
He's brought up Rasheed Walker. He said he's number 8. And Jason said, under his breath, I think I'm the only one who caught it, with a bullet.
Oh, because of the gun! Oh, yeah, I heard him say it. I didn't get it. I was like...
I don't get it. I still don't get it.
He just got arrested with the gun in New York.
I'm the one that brought that up to you guys. Wow.
So that's why I rolled my eyes, Chew, is because Jason made an under-the-breath little quip about Rasheed Walker's legal situation.
I totally missed it. I mean, I heard it, but I didn't get it. Yeah. The guy from Big, right?
So
Chew?
that's why. But you brought it up, Chew. I would not pay Rasheed Walker. I think that Morgan is more than capable. Again, I don't have more than Pro Football Focus grades to go off of because I don't have a trained eye for offensive line play. But Brian Bulaga has said that he's held up fine at right tackle. The numbers pan out. He had a better season than Rasheed Walker did. So if I think I've got a backup that's ready to go, I don't think I want to pay $20 million when I'm up against the cap for Rasheed Walker.
I agree with you. I don't think they can pay him, but they did a poor job evaluating how good he could be.
Oh, 100%, Chew.
They did a poor job, and they should have never drafted Morgan. They should have said, we're fine at left tackle with Rasheed Walker.
I mean, they
screwed up again.
Yeah, they constantly wanted to try to improve at that position, and then he just kept winning the competitions. Yes. We can agree on that, Chew. But at this point, I just don't think it makes any sense to keep it.
And look, I know that the offensive line and the running game are two sides of the same coin, but Chew, what would you do with Josh Jacobs before we move on?
14 is a lot for a running back. I mean, it's a lot.
It's only $3 million more than what it was this past year.
No, I know, but all right, let's make this clean as ever. If they cut him, what is he getting?
My guess is around 10. Somebody would give him 10.
But the other thing I would argue is if you move on from him, how easily can you replace Josh Jacobs' production with a less expensive option?
The production, I think, especially from what you got last year, that's easier to replace. But to Jason's point, the leadership, which is lacking in that locker room at times, that's difficult to replace.
I've heard so much about Emmanuel Wilson and how good he looks and deserves opportunity. Don't we think, at least in terms of production, those two are pretty similar there? And it's a lot of the other stuff?
It's true.
I still think that if I was ranking them out, Josh Jacobs is a better running back.
Yes, I agree. I agree
But
wholeheartedly.
what we're asking is the distinction between Josh Jacobs and whoever is next, throw in Emmanuel Wilson, throw in some guy off the street, significant enough that you're willing to pay the difference?
Well, one guy screwed the whole thing up. Any guesses?
One guy screwed the whole thing up. Marshawn Lloyd?
Marshawn Lloyd.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
They were banking on him. He hasn't done anything in 2 years.
Been hurt.
Even if he was serviceable, I would be fine going with Marshawn Lloyd and Emmanuel Wilson.
It seems like they want two guys. And Josh Jacobs, because of Lloyd's inability to stay on the field, became 80-90% of the running back.
Yeah, you're saying they used him probably more than they wanted to just because
Yes.
of what was behind him and the injuries that he was dealing with.
Also, I just can't get out of my mind with Josh, the touchdown reception he had in Denver. That was outrageous.
Yeah.
They should do that more.
Well, got to run some duo first. Got to tell everybody on the field that we're running to the right and then run it there and get stopped.
Just saying, that touchdown catch was
800-990-3776. Weigh in. Let us know, what do you want the Packers to do with Josh Jacobs? Again, you can check out Rob Domofsky's article on ESPN.com where he does break down the contract situation. And let us know if you think that they should rework the deal or if they should move on from Josh Jacobs this offseason. 800-990-3776. Got to take a break. Try to get back on the clock right after this.
Tired of always waking up exhausted? Dad bod starting to weigh on you? Finding it harder to get excited about basically anything? If your energy-focused drive aren't what they used to be, it might not be that you're just getting older. Look, that's what I thought. I thought, okay, I'm just getting older. This is the way it has to be. No, there's a good chance your hormones and metabolism are out of balance. So this new year, let's get back to the old you. Remember that guy? Sharp at work, full of energy, fun, one that people enjoyed being around? That's where Mentality comes in. Mentality, not this macho low-T bro clinic. No, I've been working with them for years, and what's great is they're human-centered. Their mission is to figure out what's really going on in your body and in your brain. They start by listening. Mentality runs real labs and explains your results in plain English. Then they build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help get your brain and body back on track. So stop telling yourself and everyone else around you that you're fine. Because right now, all new patient labs are covered in the treatment plan. That's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. What are you waiting for? There's no better time than now. Reclaim the old you, the younger you, with Mentality.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate. And then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde & Towns. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing and raspberry, chocolate silk, cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Join before January 31st to get the lowest rates of 2026. Make sure you join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How are you feeling, big guy, about the MRI?
It's starting to hurt now. I think I have mental issues. I really do.
Well,
gonna have to clip that
yeah,
for me.
that's I mean,
just hold on to it.
I know. I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just I think it's something in my brain's telling me
something is wrong, buddy.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I always say: happy wife, happy life, and that a lot of times that starts with a visit to my guy Dean, the dancing machine at the Jewelry Center. Earrings, custom jewelry, and repair services. The Jewelry Center does it all. And when it comes to top-of-the-line engagement rings, they're second to none. When the day comes for my boys to take that next step, I know exactly where they're going, to the Jewelry Center. Great deals and selections on both lab-grown and naturally mined diamonds. Plus, specialists who make the process easy and fun. Just ask Gabe. Stop into one of their 4 locations now: Brookfield, Greenfield, Burlington, and now Mequon. Or shop the full inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Caleb from Horicon weighing in on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy carb list. Talking text line 800-990-3776. He says Packers should keep Jacobs. He played hurt the entire year. His cap hit isn't preposterous. I'm surprised Joshy didn't make a case for Chris Brooks, since he is the president of the Chris Brooks fan club.
Chris Brooks always got a roster spot on my team.
And I think even Joshy draws the line at Chris Brooks feature back.
Yeah, no. Hey, we all got our strengths. They weren't lining up Chewy out wide and having him run fly routes, all right?
Well, they did one time, and I blew my plantar fascia out.
And that was the last time.
All right, some lessons were learned.
Yes.
Some lessons were learned.
Chewy did reference that list that ESPN compiled about the free agents who are available in 2026. As far as running backs go, you got Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker III, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams. Do any of those guys get you excited, Chew?
I like Etienne. He's a nice little back. I don't know. I don't know if it's tough with running backs because they all drop off at different ages, you know? So I don't know how bad he was injured or if this is the start of a drop-off. I don't know.
I mean, I think he was pretty injured, Chew, to be on the Chad Clifton Memorial Plan, where you are just not practicing at all throughout the course of the week just so you can play on Sundays. I'm guessing you're beat up pretty good, if that's the plan they're putting you on.
Yeah, but the older you get, the more injuries start to show their head. Where would he fall? Is he top 5 as far as salaries next year when it comes to running backs? I would think so. I mean, McCaffrey's got to be up there. Derrick Henry. It's just whether you still believe he's elite. Is he still considered a top 5 running back in this league?
In terms of contract average, he's just outside the top 5. He's number 6.
I mean, I definitely want him back. And like you said, is he overpaid? Maybe a little bit. But I think the fact that he's a leader in the locker room.
But again, you got to have some adults in the room.
Yeah,
man.
no, I agree. I agree.
Can't you do an extension? We give you X amount bonus. We spread out some of this money. You're not making 14 or counting 14 against the cap, but we are extending your career. We are giving you more money over this time, and we're not making you go out into free agency and maybe sign a lesser deal.
As long as he's cuttable after this year.
Yeah, that becomes the issue because, he's 20. He's going to turn 28, Joshy.
Oh, I know.
That means he's going to turn 29, and at that point, you might as well be.
If I know anything about the Packers, they aren't going to over-leverage themselves in a contract.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give themselves options.
Again, the option right now is, I think, just play it out. It's probably the best one because if you extend the contract, you're going to lock yourself into more money next year.
Yeah, and I don't know when they're going to start borrowing from the future because they're going to have to. They're going to have to do the void year stuff and spread out some of that money because it's coming to a head. They've made 2 big investments, and there they are now.
For what it's worth, Rob Domofsky does suggest in his article that they restructure, give him an extension. He believes that they would be better off bringing Josh Jacobs back than letting him go and trying to fill that hole with someone else's services. Got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. We still want to get to your reaction to the Giannis information that was shared yesterday. How are you feeling, Bucks fans? Do you think Giannis Antetokounmpo will be traded before next week's trade deadline? Let us know. We'll continue that conversation right after this.
There comes a point where you know it's time to do something for yourself. Maybe you want to lose some pounds for an upcoming vacation, or maybe it's just the summer and you're trying to get a better look in your swimsuit. I wanted real goals, real change, and I decided 2026 is the year I look and feel my best. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting the journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. For the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. I've lost 13 pounds up to this point with just 10 days into the program, trying all sorts of new foods, and they've got plenty of recipes for you to try on your own. The program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, no counting calories or points, no drug surgery or injections, just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, trouble on northbound 41. We have a crash on the ramp from Good Hope Road to northbound 41, so heads up with that. Otherwise, southbound's backing up from Capitol Drive all the way to Mayfair Road. Southbound 43, heavy from Hampton down to Locust. Eastbound 94, we got backups from Highway 16 pretty much all the way over to Calhoun. Back on the brakes from just before 84th Street through the stadium to 27th. Westbound 94's got backups as well from 27th to Hawley Road and then again right past Moreland Road towards Calhoun. 4394 northbound also slowing down out of the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by Monster Jam, coming to Fiserv Forum this Saturday and Sunday. Buy tickets at Ticketmaster.com and watch Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, and other featured Monster Jam trucks. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cold, a high of 15 with the wind chill of 10 below to 0. Tonight, increasing clouds, chilly with the low of 4 above at the lake, 2 below inland. Wind chills anywhere from 5 below to 0. Weather is brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls. Cold outside? Get moving indoors with free Learn to Play Pickleball every Monday and Saturday. Learn more at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Bucks are back in action today, taking on the Wizards, a team that has fewer wins than they do. So, hey, there's something there. Small victories, right, Joshy?
Mm-hmm. Big wins.
If you missed any of our conversation at the beginning of the show on the Giannis Antetokounmpo situation with the Milwaukee Bucks, you can, of course, find that on ESPN Wisconsin. But Giannis will be out for an extended period of time as he deals with that calf injury. And we have said, look, calves are tricky, man. You do not want that to go into a full-blown Achilles injury, because that obviously, as we have seen, as we have watched, is a full year. You're out for a year. My question to you guys is this. With the injuries that Giannis has dealt with pretty consistently, fair or unfair, pretty consistently throughout his career, I have started to see the percolations of people questioning whether, once again, he should be playing in the offseason, right? And part of it is the way that he plays. He's so demanding on his body. He plays a physical style of basketball, Gabe, that, again, I can't help but wonder if I know how much he wants to represent his home country. I get it. And be in all of those things and bring glory and prestige to the homeland. But are we at the point now where that is looking like maybe a foolish decision when he can't make it through an NBA season without these injuries?
I'm never going to say it's a foolish decision to represent your country. I understand fans' frustration. Hey, we're paying him. He's got to be healthy for these things. But, man, representing your country is always something that the honor is, again, just bigger than you. It's bigger than yourself. And for Giannis, coming as far as he did in Greece, being not wanted to now being celebrated, I understand him wanting to play for his country. I just have a hard time. Again, either way, because we've seen, Team USA guys kind of float in and out. LeBron, Steph Curry, they've kind of floated in and out over the last decade or so of playing in the Olympics, maybe not playing in the Olympics, and having those opportunities to represent your home country. I can't. I understand some of the potential drawbacks, and maybe that has led to some of the injuries he currently has, but I am not going to be one that criticizes somebody for playing for their home country and wanting to feel that pride.
I agree, but you got to be smart about it. Whether he can do that, I don't know, because my guess is the Greek team probably relies on him pretty heavily.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they kind of limit his minutes the best they can.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to win and do some of the things they've done in these competitions, you need Giannis out on the floor.
How old is he now?
31.
Okay, so he's still got a little time. I mean, I would think the 35 mark for an NBA player is like, you got to be careful, because that's when Achilles and weird, strange injuries do start to pop up. So,
we've talked about this too before. To me, it all goes back to the dynamic that the Bucks and Giannis have created there, where I do kind of wish that somebody could say to him, "Hey, let's take a look at the data." Right? Let's look at the information that we have. And it's a long, grueling season, and you're taking on a bulk of the offensive responsibilities, right? Again, fair or unfair. That is the situation the Bucks find themselves in. can't someone have a conversation with them and say, we would really prefer that you take a break? Like, human beings need a break. I don't care how high-level elite athlete you are. You still got to give your body time to recover. And I think that I'm hopeful that there's somebody who could say that to him. But, Chew, I got to be honest, I don't know who that would be. Who in the Bucks organization is sort of putting their foot down and saying, hey, man, like, if your goal is to win another NBA title like you say that it is, we need you to shut it down and shut it down for real in the offseason.
Yeah, I don't know who that would be. I mean, I guess it would have to be the owner. I mean, clearly him and Doc have their issues. I don't know about his relationship with Horst, but it's got to be someone above the power that he has. And we talked about it yesterday. We think he has more power than Horst. So it would have to come from the owner or the president or somebody.
Could be somebody else's problem, too. Could be somebody else's problem by this time next week or this offseason, right? And when it comes to the calf injury, I still don't think he plays for the rest of the season because it doesn't make sense if the Bucks are going to trade him or if they're going to keep him. Like, at this point, you want your pick in the swap. You want that to be as good as it possibly can be. So I just don't think that him playing it all the rest of the season makes a ton of sense. And if you want to trade him, you don't want him to come back because he comes back and that Achilles goes out. You know, the biggest fear coming off the calf injury, then it's harder to trade him to. I just don't think it makes a ton of sense for him to play the rest of the season, whether he stays or whether he goes.
Which is why it wasn't that far-fetched for us to ask the other day, has Giannis played his last game in a Bucks uniform, right?
I mean, it's probably negotiable. I mean, people were under the assumption when we played that we had so many restrictions in our contract that things we couldn't do. That's not true. There was nothing. There was nothing in the contract said that, oh, you can't ski, you can't water ski, you can't do any of this. The only restriction we had was put on by Holmgren, and that was guys that had Harleys, you could not ride them during the season. And it wasn't in the contract. That was just a Holmgren rule. And guys were bent out of shape because he would literally have his Harley flown to certain cities, and he would lead the bus on his Harley. And the guys that had Harleys would be like, this is BS, man. This is so BS.
Chewy, and this just popped in my head. Like, can you imagine guys now doing what you guys did? Like, you guys used to do a tour around the states playing basketball against, local fire departments and police departments. Can you imagine that happening in 2026? Because I can't. Like, no. Somebody blowing out a knee trying to play a charity basketball game against a fire department in Plover.
Getting taken out, going up for a dunk or something like that. Yeah, I don't see guys doing it, you know.
Well, there's a reason why it went away. It's crazy to me that existed, that you guys were allowed to do that back in the 90s.
Yeah. No, it was great. Yeah, we did some. I mean, I told you guys a story that I was jet skiing, I don't know, 2 days before training camp and twisted my knee. Went out for a stretch and then first period, my arm, Gabe. I don't know what the hell happened.
Broken.
Yeah.
I better head to the training room.
That happened more than you. That happened more than you think. Yeah.
My knee just kind of. Do they see through it? Is the trainer rolling his eyes as he's examining you, trying for you? Yeah, I was just out there for stretch, and something went wrong with my knee. Or did you sell it good enough?
There were rats. It was more for going out at night. You know, that's why you had to be very careful. You know, it was the equipment guys and the trainers were the moles, and they knew it. They knew that we knew. So. Happens.
So we were talking about Giannis's injuries and if he should. And again, let's just hypothetically say that the Bucks do keep Giannis, that he stays in Milwaukee, that he signs the Supermax in October, and he is a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. Would you, as a fan, want him to sort of shut it down in the offseason? Would you want him to say, gosh, these last few years, I've had these injuries crop up that have kept me from being able to perform at a high level late in the season. I'm going to give my body an opportunity to actually recover, to actually rest during the offseason so I can be at my best. I don't think I don't think it's too much to ask. And I understand why fans might say, hey, at this point, man, you have the information, you have the data that indicates your body can't handle year-round basketball.
Yeah, I would like for that to happen, but I guess I'd also be concerned if he decided to do it. You feeling all right there, Giannis? You feeling okay? Because that drive that he has to play for Greece over the summer, that's part of who he is. Like, that's ingrained in him to just constantly want to go, go, go. And if he decides to slow down, like, okay, is that killing a part of you?
And I'm sure they have. I wonder if he's gone to the equivalent. Remember Christian Watson went to the hamstring doctor?
Yeah, in Madison. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gone to the calf doctor. And they know what it is, but it's either genetic or there's nothing you can do about it. Because I told you guys, when I had my Achilles, I was waiting for the thing to pop. And it was causing them not to re-sign me. And our training staff had no idea. They're like, we have no idea how to fix this. And then Kurt, the trainer up there, said, you know what, try these magnets, which was weird. And the pain, I'm telling you, you guys laugh.
I laugh because it's like once every 8 months we get the magnet story, right? Yeah. We get to hear about the technological advances of the magnets.
And every time you tell it, and again, I'm not doubting the story, Chewy, and I'm not doubting that it worked. I'm still in my brain trying to figure out how the hell it worked.
What they used to call me, too, because there was a power lifter, if I went up there, they would still call me Magnets Vermagnuson. Now, if you look up Magnus Vermagnuson, that's what they would still call me that today. Magnets Vermagnuson, which I love.
Would you be at all discouraged or upset if maybe that was more placebo than it was actual medical miracle?
No, because if you think about it, the magnets are opposite charges, and your blood has a charge, so it draws more blood to that area to flush out the problem. Yes, it's
Eat
science.
that, Joshi.
Yeah.
Science.
What do you think, Copperfit? You think that's a scam?
Oh, well. You know what? Stop. Just stop right now, okay? There's too many jokes to be made there.
I guarantee, Jen, I would put a house on this, that at one point in time, Gabe was wearing a copper bracelet because of golf.
Well, I just assumed you were going to say Favre.
Were you wearing a fighting bracelet with the ions?
Gabe?
Those were big in baseball.
Either the necklace or the wrist. Yes, that Joshy's right. It was not. It was not the copper bracelet. It was It was the thing. Like, who is Josh Beckett? Always had one on. I'm trying to think back at that
the
time.
ions.
Yes, which is the same thing.
Well, that was proven to be
BS.
fraud.
Yes,
as well.
it's BS. Yes, it's all under the same category of BS. Yes.
I'm rolling my ions over here. Can we take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy? Can we get to Top 8 at 8 after this? Thank you.
Hey, Wisconsin sports fans, Luke Bryan is bringing the Word on the Street tour to Alpine Valley, and it's Saturday, September 26th, and we've got your way in. We're giving away tickets right now. 4 tickets to see Luke Bryan live, along with Drew Baldridge, Lauren Watkins, and Ray Lynn. Right now, giving away 4 tickets to the Word on the Street tour, Saturday, September 26th. Let's go caller 6. Caller 6 at 800-990-3776. If you don't win here, don't worry. Tickets go on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at livenation.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We are accident-free now, so that's good news. Southbound 43, a little bit tight from Hampton all the way down towards North Avenue. Eastbound 94, you got backups from 164 all the way past Barker Road. Back on the brakes from just before 84th Street all the way through the stadium to 27th. Westbound's backed up from 27th Street to Hawley Road. And then on eastbound 894, you've got backups from 92nd Street pretty much all the way over past Loomis to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cold, a high of 15 with the wind chill of 10 below to 0. Tonight, increasing clouds, chilly with the low of 4 above at the lake, 2 below inland. Wind chills anywhere from 5 below to 0. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
QC Kinetics helps active people stay active. People like David Boardman, police officer, competitive athlete, and gym owner who trains hard almost every day.
My body's taken a lot of abuse over the years. I've had multiple knee surgeries on both of my knees. I could barely run a mile prior to going to QC Kinetics. Doctors have all told me, hey, you are going to need knee replacements.
But QC Kinetics gave David great news.
We're going to give you the opportunity to have not one, but 2 healthy knees, and we don't have to cut you open.
And after David's regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics?
Since I've gone to them, I run 20, 30 miles a week. I really wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for QC Kinetics.
From knee pain to Ironman training.
It's a no-brainer.
Now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics to book your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, has college football gotten a little sleazy? Where you can recruit a little? No, I'm saying from the standpoint, it used to be. That was good.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. It's on the second floor. You'll find the studio, kitchen, and cocktails. If you're thinking today, I need a new lunch spot, try out the studio, kitchen, and cocktails at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Because, guys, everything there is designed to inspire. Flavors and drinks for every occasion, every mood. It's the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social at the studio, kitchen, and cocktails. It's now on the second floor at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pine. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken.
Show me chicken!
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What do we got, Gabe?
So I was going to do something around Giannis, but that's just too depressing right now. So I want to think about baseball because it's warm, springtime, maybe, warm you up when it's 2 degrees outside. So the golden era of Brewers baseball has been really the last 8 years. They've made the postseason 7 out of the last 8 years. Only one game in that time was irrelevant at the end of the season. So since 2018, the last 8 seasons, I am looking for the 8. Turns out there's 9 because there's a tie for 8th. I am looking for the 8 players with the most home runs since 2018 for your Milwaukee Brewers. Most home runs since 2018 for the Crew.
2018. That's a big chunk. I would say Christian Yelich. Most home runs since 2018.
Gotta be one.
Yeah, Christian Yelich is one, not even close. He's got 174 home runs in that time frame.
Okay.
Who's been around?
Now it gets dicey. Because one of the indictments we have had of the Brewers has been their power.
Yep.
2018. Do we think that Jackson Chourio is on this list, Chew?
Maybe the bottom. Who's the center fielder? Kansas City Royals.
Not a big power guy.
Yeah, but he was here for a while. It's all about guys that were here for a while.
They had to hit home runs.
Yeah. Not a big power guy. Who was the beefy first baseman?
Well,
Which
gives us
one?
about 4 seconds.
Which one?
In fairness to Josh, yes, that is. There's
Came from the Blue Jays, Josh. Blue Jays. Yukovic, Yanovich, Yash. Go with Contreras. What the hell?
William Contreras, number 3 on the list with 57 home runs.
I just got exhausted.
Where did that even come from?
I don't know.
You know what you are? You're the guy at the steakhouse who's like looking at you're looking at all the cuts of steak, and then you go, you know what? Give me the trout. I'll have the trout. What number was it? 50?
So he had 57. He's number 3 on the lists. Yelich at 1 at 174. Contreras 3 at 57.
So if Yelich is way, way, way above, is there a chance? Excuse me. Is there a chance that Chourio would be on there even though he's only been on the team for a few years? Because he hit stingers, right? He's like Big Al.
I mean, maybe 7, 8.
No.
You said there's a tie?
Oh, you mean 7? Sorry, I thought you meant 7, 8 home runs. I was like, no. Like number 7, 8 on the list? Sure.
Yeah.
Let's try Jackson Chourio. He's got to have at least 20 home runs.
He's got 42 home runs, but he's outside the top.
No way!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wait a minute. How many home runs did Contreras have?
57.
And Jackson has 42. And he's out.
He's out.
And Contreras is in.
Correct.
So that's a very small window that we got there between 3 and 9. Right?
Yeah.
Try and think of, since that time, the guys who had high home run totals that were sort of out of the norm. Because I have a feeling a couple of those guys might make the list.
All right, go back to beefy. The guy from the Blue Jays.
I need more.
I'm asking Josh.
Are you looking for Vogelbach?
Yes, Vogelbach. Thank you.
I mean, I guess it's a guess, Gabe, but
Daniel Vogelbach had 13 home runs.
Yeah.
So he's not on the list?
So he is not on the list.
Well, what do you think?
Although he is back with the team. He's one of the hitting coaches for the team this year.
Chewy's like, why else would they bring him back, you know? Oh, man, this is tough. 800-990-3776. We can open it up to callers. The only person I would guess is Jesus Aguilar, but that's I don't even feel that confident in it because, again, it's a small window that we're trying to nail here between Contreras and wherever you said what number did he end up appearing on the list?
So Contreras was number 3 with 57 home runs. Jackson Chourio is 10 on the list, so he's just outside because there's a tie for 8th. And Chourio is just outside with 42.
How many years was Moustakas here?
I mean, yeah, I think there's other people maybe.
That were here longer?
Well, did Willie hit a lot of home runs when he was here? 800-990-3776. We got to take this to the streets because I don't know. 800-990-3776. Where's our Brewers fans this morning? Pitchers and catchers report, what, a couple weeks?
February 12th.
Coming right up.
Is when pitchers and catchers report. So 2 weeks from today.
Let's go out to the phone lines. Bruce is up first on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Bruce in Bayview, you're up on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
I'm going to guess Rowdy Tellez.
So Rowdy Tellez had 55 home runs. He is number 4 on the list.
That's the one. I guess that was who I was thinking of.
Sure.
Yeah, that's your yada, yada, yada guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beefy first baseman. Things of that nature.
Exactly. Let's see. Let's go Bryce Terang.
Bryce Terang, 31 home runs for the Crew, so he is outside this list. But we chipped away another name, Rowdy Tellez, number 3. So we have Yelich at 1, Contreras at 3, Tellez at 4. Since 2018, the Brewers with the most home runs.
Got to do a little speed dating here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Let's go out to Justin in St. Francis. You're up next. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Sure, I think I have one for sure. Let's go Willie Adames.
Willie Adames, number 2, 107 home runs for Willie Adames.
Keep it going, Justin.
So now we've got the top 4. Yelich, Adames, Contreras, Tellez.
I don't know if the years are going to be right, but backup catcher Manny Pena.
Manny Pena also 31 home runs, so that ties him for with Bryce Terang outside the top 8.
Let's go out to Frank in Washington. You're on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Yeah, unfortunately, Willie Adames was the one I had. This is a good question, Gabe.
All right, you want to just throw out a random name, see if you can nail it. Nope. Okay.
I really like how he gave you a compliment, though.
Sorry.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate the call. Derek in Milwaukee, you're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Hello?
Yep. Hey, Derek.
Yeah, it's Daryl. I'm sorry. I'm taking a random shot here because I got stolen too as far as Willie Adames. So I'm gonna go. It's gonna sound a little weird because it's been a little while back, but Ryan Braun.
Ryan Braun is tied for 5th on the list. He had 50 home runs for the Brewers since 2018. So we have 4 names left on this list.
Oh my God,
Darren, you got another one?
I'm out. I'll let somebody else come.
Brewers with the most home runs since 2018.
Ashton and Sheboygan, you're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Is the mayor of Ding Dong City, Travis Shaw, on the list?
45 dingers for the mayor of Ding Dong City, so he is 7th on the list.
Go again, Ashton.
Jen, I'm going to take your hint, Jesus Aguilar.
He is tied for 8th with 43 home runs on the list. Just 2 names remain.
Keep it rolling.
Oh, boy. Eric Thames?
Eric Thames, just outside 41 home runs for Eric Thames. So he is just outside, right behind Jackson Churio.
Gabe, is my guy on the list?
Your guy is not on the list. He was only here for a season.
800-990-3776. Still looking for 2, 3. How many
2.
got left?
We've got 2 names left on the list. Since 2018, Brewers with the most home runs. Christian Yelich 1, Willie Adames 2, William Contreras 3, Rowdy Tellez is 4. Ryan Braun is tied for 5th. Need that name that's tied with him. Travis Shaw is 7th, and Jesus Aguilar tied for 8th. So somebody tied with Braun with 50, somebody tied with Jesus with 43.
800-990-3776. Gabe, I think you've intimidated the loyal listeners.
One of the names has been said. I'll just throw that out there as well.
By who?
You guys said it when you guys were discussing after you both had incorrectly guessed.
All right.
Well, we had said Jesus Aguilar, and we had said Willie Adames. Those were both guessed.
Yeah, there was somebody else that Chewy had said.
Oh.
For anybody that was listening and paying attention.
Maybe Jake in Milwaukee was. Jake, you're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Yes, I think I can. Let's go with Lucroy.
Jonathan Lucroy, I don't even know if he played on the team past 2018. It's not on the list.
So
Darn it, I was so excited about that.
Joshy, you scared me away from saying this guy. That wasn't very nice.
Okay, 800-990-3776. We're going to need some answers here. We are starting to fight the clock here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. 800-990-3776. If you can complete our top 8 at 8 list this morning, we'll go out to David in Sheboygan. 800-990-3776, just in case. Good morning, David.
Good morning. How about Lorenzo Cain?
Lorenzo Cain only had 30 home runs, putting him outside.
Chewy thought he was right.
That was the center fielder?
Kansas City, yeah.
Yes.
Who else did I say?
Can you reset the list for us as people are calling in 800-990-3776?
All right, so since 2018, the Brewers with the most home runs. Christian Yelich, number 1. Number 2 is Willy Adames. 3, William Contreras. 4 is Rowdy Tellez. Ryan Braun is 5. We need 6. Travis Shaw is 7. Jesus Aguilar is 8th, but there is a 9th name because somebody tied with Jesus with 43.
All right, John in Milwaukee, you're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you please complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Mike Moustakas.
Mike Moustakas is tied with Jesus Aguilar, 43 home runs. That is
That's
the
on
one
Jen.
that Chewy had said earlier.
What the hell?
Because I was out and I was giving you a name.
She was also out, though.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
I take it back.
Thank you.
And Josh, I take it back, too.
Double retraction.
Man, when's the last time he had a double retraction? Jeez, you feeling all right down there?
Yeah.
Cold doing something to you?
This is a good list, but we still have 2.
One more.
Whoa, sorry.
more.
One remaining.
One more. It's a forgotten name.
Oh man.
Does he play behind the dish?
Garcia, Aviles Garcia.
No, he had 31 home runs.
Oh, Avi?
Yeah, Avi Garcia, 31 home runs, just outside.
What are we going to do here, gang? We're going to keep rolling here?
Just need one more
Reach
name.
the bottom of the barrel on the Brewers
See if
fans.
somebody can get a walk-off home run here.
All right, here we go. This is going to be our last one. John and Racine, if you can nail this, you'll be our walk-off winner today on Top 8 at 8. Who is the final player on our list?
I'm going to guess Keon Broxton.
Oh, that is not correct. Keon, well, I don't even know where Keon is on the list. I'm still scrolling, can't find it. That is not correct.
Is it the shortstop they traded?
No. It's when he started with a K name there, I thought he was going to get it, but he did not. Tied with Ryan Braun, 50 home runs. Keston Hiura.
Oh, man.
Everybody was so excited. One of the Brewers' top prospects took the league by storm.
I'm calling my shot. I got the answer. I know who it is. Mike and Waukesha.
The list is done, idiot.
No, Mike and Waukesha. Go ahead.
He has Manny Grandolph.
It is not Yasmani Grandal.
Dang it. Thought he had it. He sounded so confident.
No, Yasmani is Chewy's guy.
That's
because,
my guy.
Yeah, he had 28 home runs in the 1 year. But no, Keston Hiura.
Am I taking crazy pills? You told the answer, and then he came on and he guessed somebody else.
That's correct.
Josh was all geeked, and we were like, it's over.
I was
Go
talking
home.
on the phone.
I figured.
Yeah, which is why if I thought...
If he had gotten it,
yeah, I would have counted it because he wouldn't have heard it.
Correct.
But,
correct.
Because he was on the phone with Josh, so he wouldn't have heard us talking about Keston Hiura hitting 50 home runs.
Dustin weighing in on the YouTube stream saying, oh, man, we had such high hopes for Keston
We really
Hiura.
did. We did.
There's someone in this office who once said he would not trade Keston Hiura for Jacob deGrom in his rookie year. if you want to talk about the fever for Keston Hiura in his rookie season.
deGrom still pitching, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, half a season.
I just remember him being, flamethrower for the Mets when the Cubs played him.
Right. The better part of
2015. So that's 10 years ago. I didn't know, not that far-fetched. Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on right after this.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have some delays along southbound 43 from Hampton down to about Locust, but that's it. 4394 is cleared up nicely. Everything's looking good into the Marquette. Westbound 94, a little heavy from just before 35th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side has got some delays basically through the Barker Road area, and then again from 84th Street through the stadium to about 35th Street. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and cold, a high of 15 with the wind chill of 10 below to 0. Tonight, increasing clouds, chilly with the low of 4 above at the lake, 2 below inland. Wind chills anywhere from 5 below to 0. Weather is brought to you by the National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Rick, tell Sarah about the practical joke you came up with.
Okay, Sarah, this is really great. Are you ready?
Rick, I'm always ready. I walk around in a constant state of readiness.
A man buys a woman a pair of diamond stud earrings from Kessler's.
So far, this doesn't sound like much of a practical joke. Be patient, he's not done yet.
And then on her birthday, or Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day, or Tuesday, he sneaks them out of her jewelry box and replaces them with a larger pair.
Well, as practical jokes go, this one sounds delightful, but it also sounds expensive. No, he bought them at Kessler's, remember?
When you buy diamond stud earrings from Kessler's,
And we have them for $180 to $24,000 a pair.
you always get 100% of the price you paid when you trade up for a larger pair.
He just pays the difference.
He just pays the difference.
I love practical jokes. When do I get my first pair? For the Kesslers nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free, and 0% financing for 60 months, $1,000 off, plus a bonus vacation voucher. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How much will Angie let you grow a beard?
I would say for 3 months I have to keep a beard if I lose.
Okay, and Angie would allow you to have a beard for 3 months.
She doesn't run my life. Drop that.
Yeah, how do you?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And I want to tell you guys about the Behind the Bucks podcast. The Bucks Plus audio network is fantastic. It's presented by Gallagher. It's your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. Bucks versus the World, narrated by comedian Charlie Behrens, reveals the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open. That's when the Bucks became the first NBA team to take on the best national team in the world, the Soviet Union. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. I really appreciate how in the middle of that read, Chewy went Mr. Miyagi on us.
Yeah, look, it's cold down there. He's got the thin blood now. They might get some, or are you guys going to avoid the snow in Tampa? I saw a report saying snow in Tampa.
I don't know about that, but they're saying 42 on Saturday, which is a shame because there's a cool outdoor venue down here. Not real big. It's probably 2,500 people. It's kind of in the middle of St. Pete, and it looks like an old Western town around it. And the best Van Halen cover band was coming here, and we were all going to go, but everyone chickened out because it's too cold.
I just want you to know
because
that
you're not grinders like you. I bet
We're
you
not
wanted to go.
we are expecting a significant warm-up next week. I don't know if you guys have seen these numbers. 26, 25, 27, 30, and a whopping 32 degrees here in Milwaukee on Friday. So you just take your 42 in Tampa.
We haven't seen 20 in like 10 days.
Crazy.
And this guy's saying, oh, it's 40. Oh,
Gabe, what's the coldest you will golf in?
I've played in the 30s. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. I've got a picture of us playing a couple of years ago in the Kohler Spring Challenge when it was snowing.
No, thank you.
Lord.
Lots of people still reacting to the Milwaukee Bucks news. We discussed it at the top of the show. We discussed it at the top of the hour. Obviously, the information is that the Bucks are now listening to, I guess, offers or packages that teams might put together for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Folks weighing in on the ESPN Milwaukee Talk and Text line, the Carbless Talk and Text line, and the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube stream. And I have Jason, Jason and John, who are talking about the Bucks. And John mentioned something that I think we should clarify. There is this belief that if you moved on from Doc Rivers, that then you would be paying for Mike Budenholzer, Adrian Griffin, Doc Rivers, and whoever else they would replace Doc Rivers with. But we figured out that that's not exactly the case, right, Gabe?
So Bud signed a 3-year extension after they won the championship in 2021. So that should have taken them through last year. So after last year, they should have been done paying Bud based on that extension.
Yeah, not saying that you want to be paying multiple coaches. It's not ideal, obviously, but I do keep seeing that narrative of like they're still paying for Bud, they're still paying for Adrian, they're obviously paying Doc. And we think, based on the structure of that contract, based on the structure of that extension, that should have fallen off the books.
Yes. That's what I gather.
Chewy,
yes.
Do you think this whole thing is as simple as moving on from Doc Rivers? There are a lot of people who are saying that they should just move on from him.
But if they're going to be young and they're not going to be very good, why not just let them coach and pay them? And
I guess that's what it comes down to too. Like if they trade Giannis and blow this thing up, for somebody who was literally retired when because Doc had retired, like he had gone into broadcasting. He was one of the lead analysts for ESPN when he came out of that role to coach the Bucks. And I assume that part of the reason he came out was because, well, you get a chance to coach Giannis, Damian Lillard. Maybe you got a chance at a championship. Add to that resume. Do you want to coach a young team that's learning and growing and try to figure it out when you've been around as long as Doc has? I honestly don't know the answer to that question, but if you were retired, I'm guessing that's not something that you would want to do.
Sure, it wasn't just the numbers.
I mean, the money helps.
It's pretty significant, was it not?
Yes.
Because of
why don't
where
they
the
just
Bucks
hire
were?
the best high school coach in Wisconsin and pay him like, I don't know, $120,000, which he would take for sure, and let him write it out.
Should we go to break?
Well, I was going to say, for whatever it's worth, guys, and I bring this up because Jay Crowder, former Marquette star, former Bucks player, also yesterday took to Twitter when all of this Giannis stuff started swirling and people were discussing, is Giannis going to be somewhere else after the trade deadline? He said that he basically pointed the finger at Doc Rivers. He talked about how they were 30-13 when the Bucks dismissed Adrian Griffin. He said, to bring in Doc, this is what started the avalanche, that from Jay Crowder. And again, interpret it as you will, but that's a guy that at least has been inside those walls, has been inside that locker room, was there for the transition. He doesn't seem, Gabe, to have the most favorable opinion of how it went down.
Yeah, and I guess I saw the direction that team was going, and it did not seem like it was going to be very tenable for Adrian Griffin.
But, Josh, to my point with the high school coach, did you guys see who Harbaugh hired in L.A.? The D coordinator from Western Michigan?
Well,
yes. That's a little bit of a strange hire.
How rude to call Western Michigan a high school, by the way. If I'm following the bouncing ball here.
Well, out of all the candidates, all Power 5 schools, and I don't know the guy, but, I mean, it seemed a little odd that a professional team is hiring
Had that
a
fella coached in
DC
the
out of
NFL at any
Western
point?
Michigan.
Yes,
no?
he was a coach in the NFL the year before. He left to go be the defensive coordinator at Western Michigan.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. The fact that he was at Western Michigan, which is a fine program, but I mean, it is in the MAC.
I do appreciate that you said the fact that he was at Western Michigan, which apparently is the only fact that you cared about in that story.
Yeah, it's the only one that matters.
Just reminds me of the drop that we have here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. He also knows the most fiction.
Yes. So just so everyone knows,
Close
Chewy,
the loop. You're going to close the loop for us?
Chris O'Leary had worked under Jesse Minter, who he is now replacing as the defensive coordinator out there in Los Angeles as the Chargers safeties coach in 2024.
Okay.
So he was with the organization literally the year before.
That's fine.
I don't know what about this is fine.
What's fine is the show's almost over.
There you go.
Yep. Take a break. Roll on. Right for this.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
The Milwaukee Weight Loss Program has been able to change the lives of thousands of people with this incredible metabolic reset program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. There's no better time than now to give yourself the gift of a new you in this new year. Schedule your free consultation now by visiting MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Josh DiMaggio here, and I'm starting 2026 off right with Milwaukee Weight Loss. Their team has been absolutely amazing through the consultation process, and they even created a customized plan for me and my weight loss goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free weight loss consultation, 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980, or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Welcome back to Yeah, That's a Pepper Thing. First up, we've got Harrison wrapping his Dr. Pepper in a tiny quilt so it feels at home. Oh, how tender. That's a Pepper Thing. And over to Becca, who's whispering affirmations to her can.
You're sweet. You're unique. You're the best thing I ever poured over ice.
She swears it makes it taste better. It's not a science thing, but it's a Pepper Thing. Why do they all do it? All for that sweet, delicious, truly one-of-a-kind taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a Pepper Thing.
Wendy here. If you're looking to add a star player to your financial roster, you should take a look at SoFi's personal loans. SoFi's got some amazing moves that would be a valued addition to any team, like low fixed rates when you consolidate your debt, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. View your rate at SoFi.com/roster to get started. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/roster. NMLS 696891.
Luke Bryan, Word on the Street Tour, with special guests Drew Baldridge, Ray Lynn, Lauren Watkins, and DJ Rock. Saturday, September 26th, Alpine Valley Music Theater. Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at livenation.com.
You are listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And then you have Raj, who I didn't think he just didn't have the body type of a right tackle.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. Who the hell are you talking about?
What's his name? Yash.
Raj?
Like, I was thinking, okay,
who's Raj? You tell us, buddy.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We put it on the Infinity Exteriors poll, the Infinity Exteriors Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll. Will Giannis be traded before the NBA trade deadline? 59% of respondents say no. They don't see Giannis being traded. Wisconsin Sports weighs in saying he might want that Supermax, but this is a leverage move. He'll be traded in the summer, and he'll have to be okay with it. Maybe.
Again, that's the great thing about the Bucks. This isn't the only window the Bucks can trade him. So the Bucks don't have to be desperate to move him. You got to blow the Bucks away with whatever you want to throw at them before they think about moving him.
And again, I understand any frustration that Giannis Antetokounmpo might feel about that, given that there are very, very few teams that can put together a package worthy of Giannis Antetokounmpo. That would be frustrating. I certainly understand. Rock in a hard place and whatnot. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great day, everybody.
Southbound 43 backing up from just before Capitol Drive all the way down to North Avenue. We've got westbound 94 heavy from